Good evening. Good evening, and warm welcome to the first episode of IIPM Talk Show. And today we'll be talking about taking care of yourself as a woman. This is 21st century, and the world is becoming much more open to the woman. So you have a responsibility, if you are a busy woman, to treat yourself and taking care of yourself when the time is challenging and you have pressures, you have many kind of maltreatment from society, from family, from colleagues, and at the same time you have to take responsibility not only of yourself, you have to take care of your business, your duty, and your family too. So very shortly I will be talking about how could yourself be a take care of your own self, and how could you do that? Very simply, taking care of yourself is very much important, not only as a human being but also as a busy woman. 21st century, I'll be talking about very shortly what is self-care, the benefits of self-care and guilt, common self-care myths, practicing self-care amid pandemic, and later I'll be making a short summary of total discussion. First of all, what is self-care? Self-care is literally that taking care of yourself and addressing your needs. So it doesn't only necessarily include your physical well-being. It includes your psychological well-being, your social well-being, your physical well-being, your mental well-being, and your financial well-being too. It includes health of your physique, also your health of your family, health of your working environment, work and life balance, balancing between yourself and taking care of your family. Because when we take care of ourselves, we cannot isolate ourselves from our family. At the same time, when we take care of our family, we cannot isolate ourselves, our physique, our well-being too. Self-care is very much important. It not only helps you to be calm and quiet in terms of mental health and mental well-being, it improves your overall well-being of your health and your uh, self-esteem too. It boosts a lot. As you are treating yourself, you are taking care of yourself, so you are boosting your self-esteem, you are dignifying yourself, you are really taking care of yourself as a good human being, as a very important human being to yourself and to your family, to your society, to your office, and to your uh, job and other situations or other places. And if you take care of yourself, you are really respecting yourself from your point of view, and also you are making yourself respectful, valuable, dignified, important to your colleagues, your family members. So you are becoming a focus of your team members too. And self care means setting a boundary. How much I could do for my family, how long I should contribute my company or my job, or how much should I work, and how much time or how much resources should I keep for myself, my well-being, well-being of my physique, my health, well-being of my mental health, well-being of my family, well-being of uh, my necessary things, including it can be my clothing, it can be my family. It can be my garden. It can be my even my bedroom, my drawing room, my other belongings. So I have to set a boundary. And so when I take care of myself as a woman, so should I feel guilt that I am becoming selfish or I am not taking care of my family much or I am not giving enough time to my children or I am hijacking time that has been allotted for my husband or for my colleagues? Or am I not necessarily acting like a sacrificing woman? So, how can I get a show of hands? How can I get rid from that guilt? For this, I have to earn the necessary capacity to say yes and to say no. And I have to have the necessary understanding and a boosted mindset to say no when I feel that I have to say no. That will help me to set a boundary for my own well-being, to treat my aches, my pains, and my shortcomings. And there are some myths of self-care. So I have to debunk the self-care myths. How could I do that? First, self-care is only for people struggling with mental health. No, no. Self-care is very much important for all human beings and all women. When you are keeping some time, some resources for your self-care, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are mentally sick. No. If you are mentally okay, psychologically okay, psychosocially okay, still now you have to keep some time, some resources, some spaces for your self-care. You have to treat yourself every day or terminally or regularly. Then second one, self-care means alone time. No. Self-care doesn't necessarily means that you will isolate yourself from your family, from your husband, from your job, from your relatives, from your beloved ones, from your boyfriend, or from your girlfriend. No, it doesn't necessarily mean to be solitary. No. It means really having a space that is very much easy, that is comfortable, that is a comfort zone for your own yourness or your ownness that allows you to be yourself. It can be some moments with your husband, or it can be some hours with your garden, or your pushy cats, or your pet dog, or with sky, or with greeneries. You can have an outing by the beach or by the bank of river, or you could go out for shopping. But it doesn't necessarily mean to be alone. Yes, it also can be alone, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will be alone. Then the third myth is self-care is expensive and are rewards to be earned. No, self-care is not. It's not so much expensive. For example, one can have a passion to needle. So needling is a nice option for him to treat himself from mental pressure or from other things or his own personal healing or her own personal healing. So the myth that related to self-care is really not uh, a binding thing, and we must not think ourselves that way. In a busy life, especially the busy women, they have to take care of their family, their friends, their relatives, their colleagues, and themselves, their jobs too. So we have a very uh, unavoidable fight between self-care and burnout. When we burnout is the situation when we struggle and we fit very high ambitious target for us. When we try to be very perfect, 10 out of 10 in every situation, no, we can't do that. Simply, we can't do that. When you are fixing yourself in within such a scenario where you want to be a perfectionist, you are really burning out, and burning out is not a good news for the companies, for the families, and for yourself too. So when you take care of yourself, when you keep some time, some moments, some resources for yourself, for you take care, really you are helping to grow your company, to grow your family, to grow your children, to grow your relatives. Because when you don't burn out, you are really fit, you are really productive, you are really cultured, you are really open, you are really rejuvenated. Then you could contribute to your company, your family, your friends, your relatives, and yourself much more, and in many ways. So self-care really is not very expensive thing. It's a very simple thing. Just you think, you sit and you treat and you pick up option and just implement it in your life for your betterment. So pandemic has brought some challenges for us. In last few talk shows I was talking about that, and for women especially, uh, it it brings very new challenges, and there are some 5 practical tips. Practice meditation to avoid information overload. Reach out to friends via text or online video chats or audio calls. Work out and find ways to stay active. Living is very important. It's crucial. Eat well balanced meals. Fix a routine. Set a meal chart for yourself. Set and follow times for work and rest. Yes, follow the boundaries too. Make a well balanced routine. Self care can be a one night sleeping, just sleeping, or just keep sit and have an idle day. Yes, really, it's a wonderful option. But yes, everything depends on the way you choose. No, don't neglect your choices. Don't neglect. Don't kill them. Keep them alive. Choose and enjoy. Have some good times and keep yourself well balanced. This is your life. And keep it in mind, you are a 21st century woman, and you should not burn out. You should not let yourself down. You should be a winner. You should be a well balanced. And you have to prove that you are a 21st century woman, and 21st century women are winners. Good night from Bangladesh. See you again tomorrow at Bangladesh Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. in another next new episode of IIPM Talk Show. Good night. Stay well.